Hello, I'm your host, John Cavendish, and welcome to the Amazon Strategist Show, the show that's all strategy with no hacks, no silver bullets, no magic pills, just real practical strategies to grow your Amazon and e-commerce today business. So, my guest today, possibly one of the first online entrepreneurs. That's what I said. He didn't say that, but I'm going to introduce him like that. If you don't count the DJing and everything else that he did in his early life. He started his online career in Munich in 1996 with an agency called Media Lab, which is an online graphic design agency. I think must have been as online, took you about 5 minutes to get online. Then in 2000, he started his first agency, Def Design, working with Siemens, Bosch, and other big German companies. Continuing as a self-taught entrepreneur, he started an Amazon business in the 2010s before exiting in 2019. Now he helps other online sellers to make more money and grow their business online, basically. So welcome to the show, Dano Falk.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. John. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for the intro. I've never heard myself, my story told like that. It was amazing to listen to it.
Thank you. I know we just went through it and I completely winged it based on what we just talked about. So thank you so much. And we are both in Southeast Asia.
Yeah. Just a quick update on Media Lab. It was not really online those days. It was called multimedia. So, the big thing, we did CD-ROMs, interactive CD-ROMs, which was the only place where you could actually click on stuff and things would move and there would be like videos and stuff. So those days it was it was Director, was a development tool. And so we did all this CD-ROM multimedia applications. But yeah, from there we moved into doing web stuff, yeah.
Oh, super cool. I mean, I guess the 600 megabytes you had on a CD-ROM would have taken about 2 days to transfer through a dial-up internet connection.
Oh boy, I remember, these devices called CD-ROM burner, they costed like a fortune. And then we were sitting in night shifts watching this thing burn, the data. And it was a funny world, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So how long have you been in Southeast Asia, as a fellow resident of Southeast Asia?
Yeah, I just found out that you're in Vietnam. Yeah, and I was amazed about this timing of our meeting, which is normally like 5 a.m. or like 11 p.m. But I came here first time in 2009 just for a visit. And it was an eye opener to me. So like, wow, so this is another way of living, like endless summer and riding my bike the whole year and, like the whole real estate stuff, completely different. I was traveling back and forth for 2 years and did my A/B testing. And after 2 years, the winner was clearly Kuala Lumpur over Munich. So I settled down here and kind of dissolved everything in Munich. Yeah.
Nice. So you were building at that time, you were working online, you started building your Amazon business. So how did you get into Amazon?
Yeah, that was quite funny. I actually went to a conference. Yeah, my friend dragged me along to one of these big success, whatever conferences. I had no idea that you could sell on Amazon. It was like, this is what I learned at that conference. I think it was 2013 or so, where I learned that, wow, as a private person from anywhere on the planet, you can just go and sell stuff on Amazon. And having my, design background and this multimedia stuff, I thought, I could bring a few things to the table here. And I got interested. So I joined a bunch of courses. I think, what was it? AMZ, amazing.com.
Amazing Selling Machine. Yeah, I did that one as well.
Yeah. So I joined all the courses, and learned all this stuff and found my first product, which was an Apple Watch stand, because that was the day when I think it was more or less exactly the time when Apple launched the Apple Watch.
I mean, like one of these?
Yeah. So I went ahead, started sourcing for Apple Watch stands, and I found some, and I started selling my Apple Watch stand, which was just a little aluminum thing, where you could simply place the watch and like in a nightstand mode and put the charger underneath. And from there, I expanded, of course, into wireless charging, into all kind of iPhone, Apple Watch stands. So wireless charging was the main topic then from my brand. Yeah.
No, that's awesome, and that's actually interesting because that's a technical thing. And back in 2015, everyone was saying, "Don't go into electronics; everything was going to fail." What was your experience with that, with selling electronics?
It is complex because it comes with a lot of moving parts, and things go wrong, and things break down, and then there's like stuff that you would have never thought of before. especially this whole compatibility stuff and the power supply. You're selling a wireless charger and you're telling everybody in the listing, you need 20 watt of power supply for this thing to work to charge 3 devices. And guess what? Half of the people don't get it. And then they start sending 1-star reviews and then they start complaining. So yeah, there was a lot of things to learn about wireless charging and how, to also the technical stuff to prevent these things from overheating. We had to implement all kind of special circuits and safety measures to not overheat, because it actually happened one time. One of my customers actually got their iPhone burned, and that was a nightmare, I can tell you. Yeah, it was not fun. So I had to pay for her phone and all kind of things, and so there was a big boo-ha. And yes, I did learn from that. So after that, everything was temperature controlled. Yeah, so it is more complex, than selling, some kind of spoons or simple household items. But I also like challenges, and I like electronics, and I like Apple. So it was a good fit for me in a way. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I also became an Apple fanboy in the last 5 years and started buying everything Apple. I'm much poorer now. But no, it's good. Cool. So you're doing that, and when you were getting towards the end of your business, what percentage was kind of on Amazon, and what percentage was off Amazon? Was it mainly an Amazon business still?
It was mainly an Amazon business, yeah. But I think I managed to grow my own WooCommerce store to around 10% of my revenue those days. But it was still mainly on Amazon. But yeah, I also realized that there was a lot of potential in growth. I mean, I was a one-man show most of the time. So, there's only so many things you can do as a one-man show. And growing your off-Amazon store can be like pretty much a full-time job if you do it properly. And I simply didn't have time for that. But I also saw the potential in doing this. And also, like, when I sold my business, I also realized how much value people attribute to like having something going on off Amazon. So I became very aware of the importance. And another aspect is like what can happen to you on Amazon. They can simply shut you down without giving you a reason, without listening to you. It happened to me as well. I was shut down for 30 days, and those were some very stressful 30 days, because the way they treat you when they suspend your account for like the funniest reasons under the sun, you just tell them, dude, look, there was a dirty foil on my product. So the dirt came from the factory. So the people in the factory somehow managed to put a dirty foil on my charger. If you remove the dirty foil, the product is completely new. But I was blamed to have the selling used as new. My account was suspended for 30 days. I was just in a black hole with nobody talking to me. Just the only thing I could do is submit something and hope for the best. After 30 days, they said, well, unfortunately, your account will not be reopened again. That was a very tough day in my life. And then 7 hours later, these fellas decided to send me another email saying, oh, you're back online. Your account is reinstated. So they just gave me like, I don't know how to call this even, but yeah. So that was one aha moment for me to say, okay, I don't want to depend on this Amazon platform because these fellas do whatever they want to do. And from there on, it became even more clear and urgent and relevant to build, off Amazon presence.
Yeah, I totally agree there. And, both those freeing up your time and protecting yourself from suspensions. I mean, you should have had seller candy. Shameless self-plug there. That's the kind of stuff we help with. But yeah, I mean, it's scary when Amazon says that because they always say this decision is final. We will never change our minds. And then they'll change their minds. So you just need someone holding your hand who says it's not the end of the day, not the end of the day.
And it's a lucky draw, depending which support guy you end up talking to. I mean, it's really like a lucky draw. Like one guy just sends you like rubbish, and the next guy then suddenly seems to have brains. So yeah, it's really a lucky draw with them.
Well, it's just their system, isn't it? It depends on who you get in the system and how well they're trained, and that's why we hire. It doesn't help that we hire all the best trained ones to work for us directly from seller support.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of respect for what you're doing with your seller support. I mean, to take over this part of and to really take this off the hands of a business owner, I think is a really big deal. And if back in the days, if you would have been around, I'm sure I would have engaged you guys.
Well, thank you very much. So you sold your business. you're living large in Kuala Lumpur, I assume. I don't know your lifestyle.
I had a few beers, but I'm a humble guy, so I didn't start buying Ferrari.
A few beers, 2 years pass. No, joking. And then, so you've sold your business, and now you're focusing off Amazon, and you develop a new system. I know you want to talk about your system, and I actually did some research before our podcast. And yeah, could you dive a little bit into what you developed for off Amazon sellers?
Yeah. So after selling my business, I did a bit of contemplation, and I decided that I want to move on helping other people, and I want to have more this like face-to-face connection going on in my business. I want to like work with other humans and not sell to an anonymous crowd. Which I already had experience with, and after learning all this stuff, for 20 years, I thought, okay, I think I can help other businesses to grow. And we're still doing a lot of services. We do press releases, social media management, we build stores, we manage stores. But we came across one thing with an IT partner of mine, which is really unique. And it's about building your email list, which is another reason for do stuff off Amazon, because you get to build your email list other than, when you sell on Amazon. And conversion rates is a huge thing. So there's a very simple formula: sales equals traffic times conversion rates. This kind of summarizes the entire e-com business, in 3 words. So what people and conversion rates have been dropping over the past 5 years. I think the average Shopify conversion rate went down from 2.8% to 1.4% last time I checked. So it became like double as hard to make sales from the traffic that you're getting, and traffic doesn't come easy, as we know. So traffic is the one thing that e-com stores are struggling to get. I mean, you get tons of traffic on Amazon, but as soon as you open your own store, guess what? Nobody comes. So you have to do SEO, you have to run ads and all that, and then this traffic, and then these people come to your store, and if they don't buy, there is like this problem where profitability can be a challenge. So now what our VLC system does, it helps you to add another 15% roughly of your store visitors to your email list. Yeah. So now instead of out of 100 people, instead of 1 or 2 people leaving their email by a cart abandonment or making a purchase or signing up to your newsletter, I mean, this doesn't happen too often. So roughly, I would say 2% of people who, or 2 out of 100 would actually leave their email address in one way or the other. So now we can go and capture another 15 emails from your page visitors, because we have the technology, the database and all that installed. So we can capture these 15 additional emails, put them into an email follow-up system, and send an email 5 minutes after they left your store and say, hey, thank you for visiting our store. This is what we do. This is what we're about, and do this introduction, warm-up sequence. And of course, we have to be careful to not be too spammy. And so we deal with them very respectfully. We send them an offer. Here's a special bonus, discount, coupon, whatever. And it works. It works. So to give you just like a ballpark number, instead of 2 people or 1 person buying, now you have between 2 and 3 more people buying from out of these 100 people. So you just doubled your conversion rate, basically. Plus, you added all these people to your email system, which has, of course, a lifetime value, which is much, much more than just this now buyers. As we know, people check around there. We need 30 touch points these days before we make a buying decision. So people surf around a lot, but if we keep them in our list, and if we keep nurturing them and providing value and providing deals to them, this builds up quite a bit. It can be a very substantial part of our business to have this big email list with people who buy from us again, especially if we have consumable products or beauty products, things where where people by design will come again and buy again if they're happy with your product. So so that's what VLC system does, adding 50% of your page visitors to your email list and building your email list 10x faster than it would without the system.
Awesome. And out of interest, where's this data come from?
I cannot share with you all the secret sauce, but we have a database of basically every American person. and we have a system that we, after installing a script on a website, we can match the footprint of this visitor with our database. And this match happens around between 10 and 20% of the time. We can make this match and we can identify, the name and the email of this visitor.
Cool. And because it's a script, does it need to be on any particular CMS like WordPress, Shopify, HubSpot? Can it work on anything?
No. So the platform doesn't matter at all. The only thing that matters is that we have the script installed on your homepage. So there's a script that should be running on all of your pages. Then we have another script that would help us to exclude people who made a purchase. And then we can also exclude people who are on your current email list. So we don't want to send these emails to someone who is already on your list or who made a purchase. So we can be very precise, with this capturing system, where we only address like bounced visitors and not anyone else.
Cool. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer to use that if you're selling in the US then.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So it is an amazing system which can really it's a growth hack. Yeah, we call it for e-com sellers. But not many people know about it. So if we can spread the word, I think we could create a few success stories out of this.
I love it. And so I'm super interested. How do you charge for it?
The charge. So first of all, as I mentioned, we have like a free trial kind of thing where people, who are on the fence, we can give them like a demo of 250 leads just to demonstrate that, how this works and that it works. But the normal fee would be like around 800 to set up the system, because the system includes also an account on our CRM system. So we create a new account for the client. We create an email sequence for them. We connect this CRM account to their website. We install the scripts, or we help to install the scripts. So there's like a one-time setup fee of around $800. And then we have a tier structure of depending how many leads you want per month. So the basic plan is 1,005 per month, which includes 500 captured leads. Yeah. So and then we can scale from there. So after that, it's basically like $1 per extra lead. So if you want like 1,000 leads per month, it's going to be 2,000. So that's around the ballpark number. And the ROI we see is all the way up to 40x what our clients experience. So it's basically in the 10 to 40x range what the return of investment our clients are seeing. But it definitely helps if you have more traffic. So the benchmark should be around 10,000 visitors per month. So below 10,000 visitors, below 10,000 US unique visitors per month, the ROI gets a bit tricky to achieve, but the more you have, the bigger the ROI typically is.
Yeah, no, I love it. That's super, super cool. And very unique in the marketplace.
Thank you.
Nice. So is there anything else you'd like to share about what you're working on at the moment?
What we're working on, we're talking to a few interesting people right now, to a multinational furniture manufacturer from Europe. They want to, and also a interesting company here in Malaysia. So we're doing a lot of networking, a lot of talking to new prospects and new clients. So it's an exciting time. Otherwise, business as it is already a handful for me, and and I'm very happy when I manage to get a bike ride on the weekend. That's kind of my reward and my holiday for the rest of the week.
Nice. Yeah, I like that too. Relaxing at the weekends, I think, is important, or at least taking some days to recharge. Otherwise, time it slips away, and then a year's passed.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you look back like, what? Another year has passed. Yeah, so we have to enjoy.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And do reach out if that interests you. I would reach out if I owned an e-commerce store anywhere near big enough. So we're about to go into the game. So there's one way that we give back to on the show is we have a spin the wheel game. Part of that is that each of our guests brings some prizes, 1 to 3 prizes. 3 if they're smart because they stay on the wheel longest. And then we spin the wheel 3 times, and we see who wins. Cool. So Dano has very kindly put up 3 prizes. First one is an ebook, which he's put together. 2 is the 250 free leads from VLC. And 3 is a 30-minute strategy session with him, where maybe he will be up at some crazy time of day if you're based in the US. Hopefully not too crazy. We also have some really, really cool prizes still on the wheel. We have a meeting with Don from AccrueMe, 30-minute consultation on any topic. I mean, that's worth a lot of money. Don is an amazing guy. We have amazing FBA. We have amazing marketing. We have an audit with Brian Johnson from Canopy. We have $500 worth of credits for Econ Balance. We have many, many things. Next time I'll go through even more of them. So, amazing producer, can you please bring up the wheel? Awesome. Amazing. That's how quickly the wheel comes up. So there'll be cool music on this if you're listening in the post-production. Right now there is no cool music. It's very quiet if you're here in person. So Dano, you have control, and by control I mean that you have to say, because we don't have actual control. If you say spin that wheel, the wheel will spin.
Oh boy. Okay, that's exciting. All right, spin that wheel, man.
I can imagine that it's really cool music right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we even have sound effects. So $400 from Seller Candy, who's us. So if you haven't been doing your Amazon reimbursements or revenue recovery, we will be reaching out to you. Please enter the competition with the link below this video so that you'll be on for every week going forwards. So we'll be reaching out to give you $400 worth of free reimbursements from Seller Candy. All right.
Cool.
Next one.
Another one. Okay, spin the wheel.
We need a higher frame rate wheel. Shan Fu. All right, so a free PPC audit with their engineer. She's from Trivium Group, I believe. I've met Mina in what was it, Vegas last week. So I didn't see Shan there. All right, and one more time.
Okay, one more time. Spin that wheel, man. Somebody's working very hard in the background. I'm going to spin this thing.
Yeah, no. Pumping it. We outsource it to the Philippines. All right. We have 2 copies of IP Alert from Chris Grant from Clear the Shelf. Chris is an awesome guy. He will actually running a webinar with Chris this Friday, which will be after this podcast goes out, before this podcast goes out. So if you want to watch the replay of that webinar, you can check YouTube. He tends to stream them on YouTube as well. So thank you so much, Dano. That was probably the best spinning of the wheel we've ever had. The most beautiful system.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
So we have 2 more things. We have one question, then we have the rapid fire. So we always ask every one of our guests, what is one strategic element that you think people are missing while selling on Amazon?
The one strategic element people are missing. Something I've mentioned previously, I think the one strategic thing I would really focus on is to do the insert stuff and to build some kind of Amazon presence. That is, to me, is in the center of my attention. I know I did not do this right. You know, the insert stuff. I mean, you start with join our VIP club, but then nobody joins our VIP club. You have to go like an extra mile for your clients and give them something that is really of value to them, something that adds value to the product that they bought, or give them something really amazing to make them join your email list and build your audience. I think this is one strategic. Most people know about it, but I think the implementation can be tough, but I believe it's worth it.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, when I was selling many years ago, we had, I think, extended warranty was always something that we put in there, because it was always a little bit, we were selling in Europe, so it was always a little bit on the line, because technically you have an extended warranty anyway in Europe, because the European Union enforces that. But, everyone registers for their extended warranty.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Awesome. So Ready for the rapid fire questions? There are 7 this week. For some reason, they change from week to week. Sometimes there are 8, sometimes there are 7, sometimes there are 9. I don't know how the team decides, but they are here.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready for the very difficult rapid fire questions?
Okay, let's fire.
All right. Question 1. What is your favorite Amazon niche?
My favorite Amazon niche, the one that I have been familiar with, was electronics. If it would be the one to start today, I don't think so. But what I see happening is high-ticket products. I would go into something that sells above $200, something that has something unique, probably household items. But I'm not in a position to give niche advice here. But yeah, this is my little 10 cents. Yeah.
So as Dano says, very expensive silicon spatulas. So question 2: no pictures or no reviews. Which would you pick?
Well, I mean, this is a tough one. And of course, none of those is recommendable to any extent. But I think if I had to choose, I would rather skip the reviews than the pictures.
Can you name a country that starts with the letter D?
Deutschland.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that. Which Amazon marketplace is the next big opportunity?
Well, Japan is big already. Yes, Japan.
Pineapple on pizza. Ja or nein?
Nein.
Name something appealing about working from home.
Freedom.
I agree. And name something you'd hate to find swimming around in your bathtub.
Cat poop.
Well, I definitely agree with that one. So thank you, Dano. Some very good answers.
Wow, that was some rapid fire, bro. Oh my God, I didn't see that one coming.
We need some, next time we'll get make it more difficult with a country. Deutschland makes it very easy.
Oh. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here, Dano. If anyone wants to contact you, reach out to you, follow you online, where's the best place to find you?
Yeah, there is this website called devdevice.com, and there's a QR code which leads directly to devdevice.com/contact. But maybe you can include a link in the description. But DevDevice is the place to find me. Yeah,
we'll do. So we'll leave a link to the description. We'll leave a link to you personally as well. And thank you so much for being on the show.
Terima kasih. Thank you for having me, man. It was a great pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. So this brings us to the end of the episode. Thanks, Dano, for joining us. And we hope tonight's episode was valuable to everyone watching. If you enjoyed the show, please do rate us on every platform possible. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you're watching it, Facebook, and share us to your friends. So thanks so much for being here, Dano. And thanks everyone for tuning in.